Coffee with Brian won't be here today. Instead, we have tea time with Steve.
Now it's tea time with Office Steve time. It's tea time with Office Steve time.
And yes, I'm Steve in for Brian this morning, and we're going to kick it off with some local sports talk with Dave Carlson and Butch Lum. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good, Steve.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. You wrapped up the Mondovi season on Friday night.
It was a heck of a season. They finished 11-2, but they just couldn't quite get over the hump in their Division 6 state semifinal game up at Stanley Boyd against the Edgar Wildcats. 21-14, Edgar, the final score in that game. Mondovi went down 14-0, playing a really good Edgar defense. I think, Butch will second this. Edgar just dominated and took away a lot of the stuff Mondovi likes to do. But the Buffaloes did get in just before the half and made it 14-7, and then they held Edgar off the board in the third quarter and put together their own 9-minute drive that tied the score at 14. But I think it was less than a minute later, Tucker Street, the Edgar quarterback, goes off for a 64-yard run, and Edgar was back up by 7. Mondovi was driving late. They had a 4th and 26 around their own 40-yard line.
Maybe even a little, their own 30.
And they ended up getting, I think, 32 yards plus a half the distance to the goal penalty, and they were set up at the 14, got to the 10 on first down, and then that's kind of where the drive bogged down. And the interesting thing is, I got my question answered because I found an article in the Eau Claire Leader-Telegram. Craig Loscheider, the head coach for Mondovi, he was saying that in his mind they were going to get down, score a touchdown, and they were going to go for the 2-point to win.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me with his mentality.
Yeah, I definitely
He's aggressive.
So anyways, fine season for the Mondovi Buffaloes comes to an end. I'm still wearing my Mondovi sectional championship. They'll be back next year and make a deep playoff run. And I'm holding to my prediction. I think they'll get over the hump next year and get down to Madison. One area team that is going down to the state championship games in football is Cochrane Fountain City. Jesse Cyrus's Pirates are going to play. Who are they playing? Did I say? Kenosha St. Joseph. And interesting thing. So Jesse coaches the basketball team too,
which
right?
Is coming off a state championship.
Won a state championship. So what is in the water down there in Cochrane and Fountain City? I want to know.
Double overtime win, didn't they?
Double overtime versus Oshkosh Lords Academy. So I already talked about the Division 7, Division 6, Darlington 13-0 will take on Edgar. 13-0 in D6, D5, Mayville 13-0, Northwestern 13-0. A lot of undefeated
good teams.
Not surprising. And then Division 4, Little Chute and Winnicott. Little Chute 12-1, Winnicott 13-0. All four of those games are on Thursday. Then on Friday, the bigger schools play, starting with Division 3 in the morning down at Camp Randall. Grafton 13-0, Reedsburg 10-3. Division 2, Green Bay Notre Dame versus West De Pere. Both teams 13-0. And in the finale at 4 o'clock Friday, Arrowhead 12-1, Bayport 11-2. All those games carried on Channel 18 in Eau Claire, Channel 19 in La Crosse. Not sure if it's on their main channels or one of their sub-channels. Check your local listings.
Arrowhead, I just throw a plug in. One of my son-in-laws graduated from Arrowhead.
The Warhawks.
Yep, they've got quite a complex down there. We'd be remiss if we didn't compliment Stanley Boyd High School and their AD, Jeremy Hansen. Stuff was ready for us. The facilities, I don't know if I've seen anything like that in high school.
No, it's really nice, and we were driving up, and Butch was telling me where we were going to be, and I was thinking we were going to be on the sideline behind a bench, and we were, but we were not on the field. We were up behind the bleachers.
We actually had a really good position.
Yeah, it was kind of like a terrace up above the bleachers, and it was a beautiful view, and it saved Butch and Dave from having to have the discussion of whether we were going to take the windows out of the press box suite because we were just outside. And fortunately, it was a nice, balmy, mid-50s Friday night in mid-November.
Yeah, it was
so anyways, it was Mondovi had a heck of a season. Obviously, this was the toughest opponent they played by far. They took some of their stuff away, and I'm sure they'll spend all off-season trying to figure out how to get over the hump and get that much better.
And we got a little compliment out to Edgar and their coach,
Jerry Sins, 50 years.
50 or 52 years as the head coach at Edgar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's second in the state for most wins in a high school
I read
career.
some stat. I think this is 6 years in a row now they've made the state championship. This year they had to bump up from Division 7 to Division 6 because of some performance-based things. If you win a lot, you get bumped up because the WIA had heard in the past that some of these teams just dominate, competition at whatever level, so they push them up a little bit. Makes some sense, but Edgar apparently playing a little bit of a chip on their shoulder there, saying we're the smallest team in Division 6. They're not saying it's not fair, but yeah. So anyways, that's a wrap on the football season. Butch and Mitchell have basketball coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow night we'll be in Osseo Fairchild as Osseo Fairchild Thunder girls basketball team will be hosting Blair Taylor. Friday night we have Augusta at Independence Gilmington, so we'll be in full swing. Girls also, yep. We have I think we have 3 or 4 girls games to start. The boys start a little bit later, but it's been a great year. I want to thank Dave for all the great work he did throughout the whole season. I mean, we ended up having a 15-game season due to the ability of doing a couple Thursday night games in the first few weeks. And from everything that Dave and I have talked to and heard, that may become more normal because of the fact of it's just tough. There's not enough officiating crews for football right now.
No, I'm going to plant the seed in somebody's brain, hopefully. The last couple of years we've had Mondovi and GET to open the season, and I've heard rumors that GET maybe won't be scheduling that game in the future. How would it be to have CFC and Mondovi to open the season? Schedule makers, are you listening?
I think those schedules are already made. That's the only problem.
Yeah, they may be or they may not be, but that would be a heck of a game, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
CFC, Mondovi, both Buffalo County teams.
Yeah, that's right.
It's we'll just have to maybe play that one in our brains.
But anyway,
good luck to the Pirates.
Yes, great football season. Laura did a great job with basketball as that wrapped up. Her and Mike did it in the Cole Center a week ago as the Wildcats from Blair Taylor.
The Rush Center.
It's a nice facility. It really is. I've been there a few times. So we're done with our fall sports, looking into the winter sports now with boys and girls basketball. Like Dave said, starting tomorrow night.
And just 4 months away from the first pitch for girls softball.
Well, thank you, Steve. We appreciate you letting us on the air and babble a little bit here for the sports this morning.
All right, Dave Carlson and Butch Lama here on WHTL. It is time now to get a check on some news.
Your hometown location. 102.3 WHTL, Whitehall, Wisconsin.
President Trump now says House Republicans should vote yes when it comes to releasing the Epstein files. The president posted on Truth Social Sunday night saying there's nothing to hide in that it is time to move on from what he calls a Democratic hoax perpetuated by the radical left lunatics. The House is expected to vote tomorrow on a measure that would force the Department of Justice to release all the files related to the late sex offender. There's some good news for travelers today. The FAA is lifting its flight reduction order at airports nationwide. A reduction in flights at dozens of major airports began a week ago to help address fatigue and staffing issues among the air traffic controllers during the record-long government shutdown. FBI Director Kash Patel says the U.S. has taken a major step with an agreement with China to stop shipping ingredients used to make fentanyl. Speaking on Fox Sunday Morning Futures, Patel said he is expected to see immediate results in terms of American lives saved. And that's been a check on news here at WHTL. It's now time to get a check on some Your hometown weather forecast brought to you by Ritter's Ace Hardware.
Ritter's Ace Hardware in Whitehall has your winter needs covered. Tackle the toughest snows this winter with an Ariens gas-powered snowblower made right here in Wisconsin. Want the convenience of a battery tool? We have single and dual stage battery snowblowers from Ego. Stop in and ask us about free assembly and delivery on snowblowers. We also have a wide variety of ice melts for any application. And new this year is our own Made in USA Ace brand snow shovels. Stop in at Ritter's Ace Hardware right off 121 in Whitehall.